Hi, welcome to this unboxing video for Space Race. This is a brand new game from Boardcubator, a game for 1 to 5 players, 45 to 90 minutes, age is 14 and up, and complexity 3.2 out of 5. This is a very well designed and innovative game that uses clever ideas. Designers of the game are Martin Rehorik, Mikhail Mikes and Jan Shukal. And the game belongs to the categories of space exploration games using mechanisms such as area majority influence, hand management, open drafting, turn order stat based, simultaneous action selection, and also it offers a nice solo mode as well. Thematically, the world is struggling during the Cold War period and many see the sky as the next battlefield. The era of space race has just begun and we are assuming the role of directors on new space agencies, trying to expand them and make them conquer space. Space Race uses a simultaneous action selection mechanism at the beginning of every round when players choose one of the remaining control cards that will determine which abilities players can use during the round, and every control card activates one of the 4 possible stripes of cards that players can only use those abilities that are on their active stripes. As there are only 3 control cards of each of the 4 types and no control card can be used more than once, players have to combine different types of cards and abilities in order to be successful during the 7 rounds of the game. So really looking forward to give this one a try. I've heard so many good things about it. This comes in a very big box with a lot of weight actually. So let's open the box and see what's inside. First of all, we have the rule book. The rule book is made of a very durable material. Reminds me of the linen finish rulebook of Wingspan, so this is a great quality, so that's a good start. So there you have it. These are the components that you see here, the object of the game and the components. The game has a nice clean design and nice clean art that really makes you focus on what really matters. So this is how you set up the game. Here you have some more details about the standard setup or the thematic setup. And the gameplay is explained hereafter, where each of the 7 rounds consists of 3 different phases. Phase 1, managing the agency, Phase 2, developing the agency, and Phase 3, checking mission status. After 7 rounds, the player who has progressed more with the space agency will win the game. So each phase has been broken down in more details and explained. So this is the managing the agency phase, what you do during this phase and some examples. Then you have the second phase, which is developing the agency with all the possibilities and the projects explained. And then you have the third and final phase, which is checking formation status and all the different terminology and symbols explained in detail with some nice examples as well. So this is how the game ends after 7 rounds, and here you have the appendix with some card abilities explained, explanation of permanent abilities, iconography, special abilities, and all the details. And there is also the AI solo variant, how you set up and play the game as a solo, and the round structure and distribution of values for control cards in the thematic setup. So very nicely done. This summarizes all the details. So let's dive inside the components. We have 4 punch boards with nice thick cardboard. I'm going to come back to this in a sec. For the moment I'm putting them aside. They also are matte, meaning less glare, which is important. So this is the board. Let me make some space so I can free some space on the table so that I can show you the board. Oh, that's a big board, and actually has a nice drawing at the back as well. This is nice. I always like the cases where companies do something with the back of the board and it's not just left without either making a variant map or some art for us to enjoy. So there you have it. This is a board. It's a really big board. Think of dimensions like a bit bigger than Ticket to Ride or like Ticket to Ride, so 6 panels. So there you have it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for the moment. Okay, then the game comes with, I'm going to take this out, with some plastic cover and a nice insert for all the tokens. So you have some very nice rocket miniatures. They look really great. Really nice. They are of different sculpture, so they're quite realistic, I would say. Very nice. And they all look different, both visually and from size point of view. So this is nice, really well done. And that's the last one over there. Okay. There is space in the insert for the tokens and all the tiles, so that's really nice as well. Speaking of tiles and tokens, let's put this to the side for the moment. We also have the respective faction headquarters, 1 faction per player. So we have the China faction, the ESA faction, the European Space Agency, the NASA faction, the Soviet faction, and the private sector faction. And they all come with player aid and iconography at the back, but also nice information with the details here explained, and numbers, but also some nice interesting setup information. Okay, so next we have various tokens that I will try to show you briefly. So these are projects, I believe. Yeah, projects. There you have it. So let's take them out. I believe these are blank ones. Yeah, because you have the respective ones on the other punch board. Okay. Maybe don't throw away the punch boards, because you can use them to level your insert so that it goes all the way to the top. Okay. Some additional projects. I like the fact that this game uses a blueprint style of iconography. Really suits the theme of the game. And there you have it. These are some rocket sections. Okay. Then additional projects, quite a few. They're all cardboard, thick cardboard, as you see. So I'm going to take everything out and show you quickly how they look up front. So these are the mission tokens. This is for Mission Mercury. The one I showed you before was for Mission Vostok. Different missions. And there's the last one where we have this mission is for Mission Cassini. And then some final projects here as well. Again, quite a few, I would add. So these are all the projects, thick cardboard. So we have Army Ballistic Missile Agency, the Webb telescope, Large Ultraviolet Optical Infrared Superior, the Cosmic Background Explorer, the Heavy Interplanetary Spacecraft, the RS-5 Cargo Launch Vehicle, the Father of All Bombs, the Fractional Orbital Bombardment System, Sputnik, DLB Lunar Base, Manned Orbiting Laboratory, Constellation Program, you see, Space Mirror, so many things, Brilliant Pebbles, Ballistic Missile Defense, Snowstorm, Project Excalibur, Program 437, All Thematic, First Base, Raptor Engine, Pioneer Program. So you see, all of these are different projects that are going to be part of the game. Essentially, this is where you place the projects, and we're going to make a separate video of how to play the game and give you a detailed understanding of how to set up and play the game, but this is for the moment just to show you the components and get a feeling for the game. Then we have various astronauts, 15 per faction, that you see here, and they are silk printed, so really nice, and they're also very unique. You see, they have different shapes and sizes depending on the faction that they belong, and different drawings, that is. So that's really nice, really nice. This must be from the private sector. You can recognize the latest spacesuits if you watch the latest launch of SpaceX. So going back into what we find also in the game is, of course, the cards. This game uses a very nice synergy system with cards that they are using stripes to activate different things depending on your control cards. So let me briefly open the decks to show you all the different types of cards. Ooh, there's a good quality of cardstock, I would say. These are linen finish, top-notch quality cards. Very impressed with the feel and the durability of the card. Great quality. And let's open first all the decks and then I'll show you some art. So first of all, we have the different cards belonging to the different factions that you see here. So they are per color of the faction. Okay, so let's quickly see them. So you have, I would say, nice comic-like art. I think it fits the game. Space Program, Breakthrough, Propaganda, Technology, Space Program again, etc. So it has variant layouts and different art differentiations from card to card, but these are the control cards for the players. So again, one per faction, I would say. So put those here so that you can have a quick look on the back of each of those cards. They look really nice, by the way. You see the American flag here, etc. The private sector, SpaceX. And these are, this is a big, huge deck which has all the cards of the game. And let me show you here for a sec what you get in terms of anatomy of the card and different type of art. So you see, these are the stripes that they are linked, combined with your own cards, and they give you synergies. The game has a very innovative, I would say, card play. We recognize Jeff and we recognize Elon. So Neil Armstrong, Richard Branson. So there you have it. So this is a game that you can also, Stephen Hawking, you can also get behind from the various personalities either from the companies or the commercial private sector, or heroes, cosmonauts, astronauts, etc., politicians, and various other cards. So I like the card art. I like the fact that it resembles comic. I think it suits this era of Cold War and goes all the way up to now with the latest installments in the private sector exploration of attempts to explore space and conquer space. So these are really nice. Very, this is research facility, okay. I dig this art, really. So use rocket, yeah, cool. And then, let's see the other half. Space shuttle, the Eye of Heaven. Again, great quality. Really like the attention to detail here. The Apollo program, Cassini, Huygens, Heavenly Palace, Hubble telescope. Looks like the company invested in making the game as thematic as possible, not only in terms of gameplay, but also in terms of art and you know, the different type of cards that are included that really make the theme pop out. If you ask me, Mars exploration, yeah. Soon. The Rosetta mission, Skylab, Sputnik 2, UFO investigation, Viking one, Aliens of the past. Okay. Yeah, that's the latest one. Yeah, definitely. They're up to speed with all the latest installments of what's happening in this field, so kudos for that. 2 thumbs up in my opinion. I really prefer this from some kind of photographs generic that they have on other games. So, for example, on Terraforming Mars, which I also love, but I really like having unique art like in this one. So these are the components of the game. I'm going to show you now some additional things that you can get. This is the Cold War expansion. So the Cold War expansion comes with an expansion for Cold War, of course. So this is an additional leaflet with the rules for the Cold War expansion. But that's not only it. You got also the NASA and the Soviet faction tuned for the Cold War expansion, so that's a plus. This is cardboard, and then you have some projects linked with that. Project Iceworm, Project Sanguine, and Gateway. Okay, so these 5 additional projects come into the game from the expansion of Cold War. And we have also the Mission Apollo with their own set of tiles. Okay. And what's also important to note is that you can also get this nice, fancy, huge rockets. Some additional cards. So you have those. Yeah. And most importantly, we have this amazing huge rockets, one for each side, that they really look great. one for the Soviet faction and one for NASA. How cool is that? And I believe there is space also to fit them in the main tray here, because you can put one there and one there, so you can fit everything in the main box. So there you have it. This is Space Race. Looks really interesting. I've heard so many good things about it. I'm looking forward to give it a try. So soon we're going to follow up with a separate how to play video and show you more about the game. Many thanks for watching.